like there's people fishing here today. Don't want to interfere with anything. Looks like they're fishing. Yep, nobody's here. Nobody's here at this place. Pick up on what I was talking about, brothers and sisters, is how you gonna kiss a girl, you know, or dance with a girl 6 feet away. See the absurdity in all this? How you gonna tackle? How you gonna make a tackle in football? See, this whole thing is wrapped in public safety. See, this big lie. No one wants to be the one to go against public safety. See, causing somebody. Brothers and sisters, you can't live like this. This isn't living. This isn't living when you're talking about 6 feet apart from everybody. How you gonna hug somebody? It's a big lie, brothers and sisters. It's the emperor has no clothes all over again. A little child could see it out in the crowd, but all the wise council around him, they could see it too, really, but they wouldn't admit it because the emperor has power. See? That's what's going on in America. Critical thinking goes out the window. No one wants to admit that there are these kind of people that actually live, that are actually alive, that are totally depraved, have no feeling. So they wrap up this thing. And incidentally, like I say, these people aren't worried about hygiene. I mean, if you knew what was going on behind the scenes, it would turn your stomach. So don't worry about this hygiene that these posers behind the scenes are trying to masquerade as public safety. No, brothers and sisters. You can't live and have liberty in a nation where you can't even, they're closing down a nation because of, in my view, a make-believe boogeyman. God doesn't need any kind of, when he gets ready to take you away from this world, he doesn't need any kind of, he doesn't need something like this. Let's just put it that way. You're just gonna leave. Well, that's what I was thinking about today. Thought I'd show you the pretty outdoors while I was telling you the bad news, you know. These people in high places do exist. That's what's going on the news. See, there's two type people out there. Two type people. There's the deceived carrying out the orders of the deceivers. And where that line is drawn, who knows, see? There's the deceived out there carrying out the orders of the deceivers, the ones that know what's going on. They're usually up in the higher places, see? And the whole pulling all the strings and everything. Purse strings, mostly. But spring is coming up here. And this weapon they're forming, I don't believe it's going to prosper, brother and sister, against the child of grace. I just don't believe it. Don't believe it for 1 minute. What I'd say is, you know, word of mouth from here on out. Those spring breakers, they, you know, they know it wasn't going to work. It's hard to kiss a girl if you can't get 6 feet from them. It's hard to hug a girl, hard to dance with a girl. You know, they're just going against the birds and the bees, say. And they're bringing it out like it's public safety. Nobody wants to be in danger. I heard one governor say, we're endangering the public, going out and carrying on life as usual. And all your musical artists, country artists, all of them going along with this. Shame on you. Shame on you. I can understand a lot of things, but we got to get the word out there that this is just one big hoax on humanity. There's a railroad trestle up there. I understand. Where do you go about just trying to tell just one person? Where do you start? That they're living in a nursery rhyme. It's make-believe all the time. Where do you go to start? Where do you start? You start with the moon landing? You start with the not any satellites? Do you start with the shape of the earth? Do you start with down there with all these fake shootings and bad crisis actors? Where do you start? You know, it's hard to pick out a place to start. Somebody help me out there on the, I can't remember. Yep. It's like we're living in Egypt. Nothing is real except what is around you, what you can hear, smell, taste, touch, and see. So that's what we're living in, brothers and sisters. And it's hard to, I know it's just hard to wake up your loved ones, but this world is exactly what Jesus said it was, this present evil world. And it's much more present and much more evil today than it was yesterday for a lot of people. When they go to close down society, the whole civilized world, over this big, in my view, hoax. Now, some people might be dying of something, but I think they're just labeling it coronavirus and putting the numbers up there, because I don't see anybody. I don't actually know anybody, and they don't know anybody that knows anybody, unless they happen to be a movie star or some famous person that is under the thumb of these controllers. So I just like to go outside and look up. Look out at God's nature and enjoy myself. And put these little videos up telling the people to wake up. Thought I saw a turtle over there. Birds singing. Sometime I go down to the park and the birds will be singing, the children will be playing all at the same time, the wind will be blowing in the leaves at the same time. I just love it, you know. I just love it. Just love the sound of it. You ever think about Congress shall make no law to, I think it said, to abridge the freedom of assembly. You ever hear about that? Did you ever hear about that? Not that they care anything about the Constitution. These people in high places. You know, it goes against Christianity too, brothers and sisters. You know, this thing, you know, how you gonna, Jesus touched the leper, see? He's our example. Laid hand on the sick and they recovered. So we're not to be, true faith is to go amongst the people that are sick and help them. It's not to try to stay away from them. They're teaching you exactly the opposite, brothers and sisters. This is a hoax on humanity. The one big colossal lie is what it is. And like I said in one of my other videos, don't enjoy it when somebody coughs in my face, but I'm not going to give up my liberty because they do. Not going to give up my liberty because they do. Anyway, thought I'd go for a ride here and tell you what I was thinking about today. So you see, lots of your brothers and sisters out there are just deceived. So you got to take this one person at a time. And it's hard to do. I know it's hard to do. But I tell you what I did. I like to go down to that one lady was down there in Orlando. She's the worst crisis actor in the world. Once you point that out to somebody and they see her bad acting, you'll know that what you're hearing on the news is all just one big fabricated plot against God's people, the masses, the great multitude that no man can number. The meek and the lowly in heart. See, brothers and sisters, these people up there, just look at them. They're not meek and lowly in heart. They're not merciful either. So what we have in America now is people have been left the land, been driven off the land for the most part, have to depend on Big Brother to feed them. And so it's going to take faith, brothers and sisters. It's going to take faith now. It's not going to be good enough just to be able to quote scripture. It's oh that I might know him. You got to know what he's like, brothers and sisters. We serve a good God. And he's not going to lose one of all the Father gave him, so we don't have to worry about that eternal thing. But we can lose in this life. We can lose out in the battle by fearing man and not fearing God. Anyway, I got to get out of here, running out of time. Peace and love, Miss Old Boy down here in Alabama.